So there is a loop called competence and confidence loop. Competence and confidence loop. If you are good at your competency, if you're good at some particular skill, your confidence will be high. But if you're not good at Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing good. In today's video, we are going to talk about the different ways through which we can get rid of the fear. So let's talk about it. The first way is switch your perspective. Don't hide from your insecurities. Face your fear. See what kind of internal dialogues that is happening inside your mind. See what is going on inside your mind. You have the right to change the internal dialogues. Just see how in the past you have already overcame the things that you have not even imagined. We all have overcame things, we all have overcame fears that we have never thought that we can. But we have done that. Just look into the past. Switch your perspective. You can change the internal dialogues that is happening inside you. You can change the way you are seeing the fear. So don't hide from your insecurities. Face it. Switch your perspective. Don't run away from the fear, but start facing it. Start having internal dialogue. Start observing what is happening inside you. What does your mind saying? Start noticing it and switch your perspective. You don't have to run from it, but you have to face it. It's the insecurities. It's your mind that is telling you something. So start observing it. Second way is push yourself out of comfort zone. Push yourself out. You have to push yourself out. Means you cannot stay at a particular zone, because if you stay at a particular zone, that means you are not growing. And when you are not growing, there is no sense of living life. You don't feel fulfilled. So you have to push yourself. So also let's say for example, I from the starting itself, I always wanted to improve my communication skill. I always wanted to improve my public speaking. But I was so damn afraid. Like even in the school, I was not able to go to the stage and speak. I was damn shit scared. But somehow I believe that I have to improve it, because it's very important for me, for my career, for my life. It's not just in the professional life, but in personal life too. I need to learn how to communicate in a better way. So I took some classes, I took courses from Mindvalley. I started practicing it. I started, speaking on stage. I started delivering sessions to small group of people, not a huge amount of people, but to small group of people, to 2 to 3 people whom I was leading. I started delivering those sessions, those spaces, and it helped me to overcome my fear of public speaking. The fear actually gets overcome. You can get rid of the fear when you start facing it. As I mentioned, you have to switch your perspective. Don't run from it, start facing it. And when you start facing it, start practicing it. Start pushing yourself to come out of your comfort zone. Because now when you start facing that fear, start doing that you're scared about, that you're feared about, you start noticing that it was nothing. It was just in the mind, but it was not that difficult. Now I'm not scared any point of time to go on stage and speak. Yes, a normal nervousness, a normal rush is always there, but I'm not shit scared like before. There's always a scope of growth, yes, but I'm not that person who was 2 years before, who was shit scared to speak in front of anyone, even in front of camera when there was no one. So push yourself out of comfort zone. It's very, very important. The third way is understand what the fear is. Try to see what actually the fear is. Contemplate your thoughts. See what it's trying to tell you. Just observe that. We have lot more power to overcome the fear. There is also one of the thing, like the fear is the output of bad management of our mind, the bad management of faculties of thought in our mind. Also, understand what fears want to say. Sometimes the fear comes with lack of preparation. So there is a loop called competence and confidence loop. Competence and confidence loop. If you are good at a competency, if you're good at some particular skill, your confidence will be high. But if you're not good at particular skill, your confidence will be low. So this is also a loop that you can take care of. Competence and confidence loop. Try to improve your competency, try to improve your skills, your confidence will automatically start boosting. You can see yourself, let's say if you're good at cooking, or if you're good at driving, or if you have knowledge about cars or bikes, you're more confident to talk about it with some other person. But let's say if somebody wants to talk about space, or somebody wants to talk about science, and if you're not good at it, you cannot talk confidently about it, right? Because you don't have particular knowledge, you don't have particular skill. So this is a very important thing, the competence and confidence loop. Improve your competency, improve your skill, and the confidence will automatically start improving. The fourth way is meditate. Do meditation on daily basis. Why? So you can see my upcoming videos. There will definitely I'm going to talk about meditation. Even in the past videos, I talk about meditation. I am a big fan of meditation. Why? Because every single day we spend a lot of energy, a lot of our time on random thoughts. On random thoughts that doesn't even imply in our life. You know how the mind works? How the mind works is that mind always try to spend their energy, spend the resources on survival. So whenever you want to do something, mind thinks of the worst case scenario, so that your body can be prepared for it. Yes, it's good to think about the worst case scenario, but that doesn't mean you have to spend all of your time on it, right? I know it's not in your control, but when you meditate, the things get started to get in your control. You start seeing things, okay, you start observing your thoughts, you start realizing that your mind is going in a wrong direction, your mind is unnecessary wasting the energy on random thoughts. So it's really important to meditate. That will help you to see your fears, that will help you to analyze, okay, what kind of thoughts that is coming inside you. So fourth way is meditate. It will calm you down. It will store your energy inside you. It will keep your body aware that the mind is just thinking about the worst case scenario so that it can be prepared, but that doesn't mean your body have to spend the energy on it. So meditate. The fifth way is rewire your mind. Rewire your mind. Your mind always thinks for the best interest of you. Yes, the mind always thinks like what is best for you. And that's the reason some point of time it creates fear. Let's say for example, when you are at the top of a building, and you are walking there, your mind says, okay, get back, because it's dangerous if you fall from there. But the truth is that there is already a windows, there is already a balcony, there is already a fence. That's why you're not going to fall, because it's there to protect you. There is already a glass, but still the mind says get back because it's dangerous. But here what you can do is you can rewire your mind. You can say to your mind, you can send signals to your mind that, okay, mind, this is not going to happen. This fear is invalid here because there is already a protection. There is already a window, there is already a glass, there is already a fence. So we don't need to fear about it. It's similar to for every other examples. Let's say if you want to start something new, if you are trying to start something new, your mind says, okay, don't do this, probably because you will face such things. You will face some attacks, you can face financial loss, etc. But you can say to your mind, don't worry about it, I already have a plan B, I already have savings, I already have someone to support me. So fifth way is rewire your mind. The sixth way is practice doing scary things. So let's see how the fear works. So if you are a person who don't have any fear, then you are a person who is very arrogant, who becomes cocky, right? You have seen people who don't fear anything and they are kind of arrogant people or cocky people. But if you're a person who have a lot of fear, you become underconfident, means you're shy and whatever other stuff, you're not confident enough to do some things. So the thing is, it needs to be balanced. The fear needs to be at a balanced state, because some point of time, the fear actually helps you to grow. If you don't fear of doing something, you will not try to become better at it. So you have to see that sometimes fear is good. So do the things which you fear, do the things which scares you, because in the end it makes you a better person. It can be in terms of competence, skills, it can be in terms of as a personality. But sometimes fear helps you out to become a better person. Let's say if you want to go for a public speaking, if you want to deliver a speech, and if you don't feel scared, or if you don't have fear that if you're able to make it good or not, you will not prepare in a better way. But if you're somehow bit scared, bit feared, okay, how it's going to happen, you will try to prepare in best possible manner, right? It's similar with other things. So start practicing doing scary things. It's good for you. And the last and seventh way is face your threshold of control. There will going to be a time where everything is not going to be in the right direction, where you are shit scared, you're at your worst state, everything you have feared had happened and you don't have any way. The only thing you can do is face that fear, is face that situation, and make sure that you move past the threshold, that you are optimistic about the future, and you keep going. Don't stop. So these were the 7 ways which will help you to get rid of fear and overcome it. I want you to write in the comment section which is the single biggest takeaway for you from this particular video. Why you need to write this? It will help you to reflect back again which is that biggest single takeaway and what is something that you have to implement after watching this video, and at the same point of time it will help others know what is something that you have learned. Mention in the comment, let others know, let me know what is your biggest takeaway. And if you like this video, make sure you subscribe this channel for the upcoming videos, because it's going to help you evolve. With this, I check out.